State Street. I hope everyone is doing well on this Friday. Fridays are the day we're praying for our nation and the nations. And one of the sad realities regarding the situation that we're going in now, anytime there's a worldwide crisis like this pandemic that we're going through, there are folks who are trying to manipulate and folks who are trying to take advantage of the situation. So our prayer today is that we won't fall for and pray for others that they won't do this for a false gospel. There are folks out there right now that are trying to manipulate. They're trying to say that if you just trust God, then He will promise and provide endless wealth and incredible health, and that is not what God promises at all. Now, sometimes God will bless folks with health and with wealth, but it's certainly not a blanket guarantee. As a matter of fact, we read in 1 Corinthians 11 what happened to Paul. Paul wrote 3/4 of the New Testament inspired by God. Let's look at a few things that happened to Paul. Paul said, 5 times I received 40 lashes minus 1 from the Jews. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I received a stoning. 3 times I was shipwrecked. I spent a night and day at the open sea. On frequent journeys I faced dangers from rivers, dangers from robbers, dangers from my own people, dangers from Gentiles, dangers in the city, dangers in the wilderness, dangers at sea, and dangers among false brothers. Toil and hardships, many sleepless nights, hunger and thirst, often without food, cold and without clothing, not to mention other things in the dailies precious on me. My concern, he said, was for all the churches. And so I just want to remind you to please be aware. Jesus says very clearly in John chapter 14, verse 6, he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by Him. And so when we're understanding that verse, it says nothing about us having an easy day or easy time. It only promises the salvation that He gives. And all we got to do is look to the cross and see that Jesus suffered mightily. He suffered. Why? Because He wanted to glorify His Father by providing us that atoning sacrifice through His blood. He took the wrath that was due to us. So understand, when you love Jesus, when you serve Him, when you obey Him, doesn't mean that you're going to have an easy time. It means oftentimes that maybe your life will even get a little more difficult. But the joy and the peace and the love and the forgiveness that you experience goes way beyond any financial gain or any physical help that you may receive. So just remember that. Pray for folks that they won't be duped into following a false gospel, and they'll submit and succumb to the Lordship of Jesus Christ and receive that beautiful and powerful gift of the salvation that He offers. God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday.